Good evening, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, here we are. We're close to the end of another year, about to hit December. And if we make it through December, let's remember what this year has given us so far. Well, for me, here at the Hillbilly Think Tank, this is Spencer Keck coming at you live. Like to say it was a good Thanksgiving. Thank goodness, thank God, thank you all. Got to spend it with my family. Got to spend it with my son Jesse, with his girlfriend Belen, with my wife, with my daughter Stacy, and with my niece. We all together got to enjoy this great day. And after all the good hiking we got to do yesterday over in Cumberland Falls area, right around the falls, and did a good hike before that, Iroquois Park, the previous day. Yeah, it's been a good, nice week so far. Good time, have time off from work, and man, what can we say? I am reminded of other Thanksgivings where I didn't quite get to have all of this fun. You know, can remember back before the Gulf War, I was stuck on base in Mayport, Florida. Thank goodness there were some folks who took me in, gave me some good old home cooking, and got to celebrate with them. That was back in '90. Then I did get to go home, thank goodness for that Christmas, and right then head off to the war, first Gulf War. Think back to '92 and '93. I was again stuck on base. 92, spent it with some other great sailors. White Decker, if you ever get to watch this, thanks for letting me, all of us, go to your apartment and cook a great Thanksgiving dinner before I deployed over to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. That was during the time when we had all the Haitian migrants that were trying to come into the country after they had a lot of devastation in theirs. And the ones that had HIV and AIDS, we took care of them there in the base. That was quite an experience for someone, not too many years still at that point, fresh off the Kentucky byways and highways. But just again to say, man, what a great time to sit here, be thankful. Think back to 2000, 2001. I was in, by that time, I just left a second time of doing a tour in Cuba. And I'd gone to the 1st Marine Division. I was with 1-1 station over there in Camp Pendleton. And I had an apartment with a couple roommates out in Oceanside, California. And so that's where I spent New Year's and, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's in 2000. 2001, I was on deployment when the attack happened. So when, September rolled around, attack happened. Yeah, we were the first ones in country with 15th Marine Expeditionary Unit, 1-1. 1st Battalion, 1st Marines, if you don't know what that means. But I was with the Special Operations Platoon, was there, Corpsman. We were Special Operations qualified for that MUSOC. And so needless to say, 2001, I didn't get to spend Thanksgiving or Christmas at home. So this is just another year to be thankful. Hey, I'm not in combat. I'm with family. I've got great job, great life, great wife, great, kids that are finding out who they are, and they're making their own way in life, and just really something to look forward to. At the same time, I get a little bit of foreboding. Can tell something's in the air. And I don't know if, the call is going to go out, try to send my kids off to either war here in our streets, if that's what they're going to try to start next, or war in Venezuela. Don't know. All I can say is I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and I really hope that's not where we're headed. But it seems like there is a group that's itching for martial law. You know, um, your opinion on that? You can tell me what you think. Um, but I'm really grateful that 2025 we got to spend time together, cooking ham, making turkey, making the green beans, making the stuffing, macaroni, gravy, mashed potatoes. Yeah, man, what a spread. It was good. We all got to share in the love of life and love of each other. 2025, no matter how tough these times are. And yeah, they are tough. You know, I'm grateful to have a job, have a retirement, have a wife that is employed also, and working at a great place, Costco. Costco gave her a turkey. My son just started working at Costco also part time. They offered him a turkey. He didn't take it since his mom had gotten one for her employment. But thanks Costco for being so generous. Really can't beat that. Not too many places pay their people well, give them the benefits that Costco does, and yeah, it's a great place to work and great place to shop. But the fact they give a turkey away, we'll get one again, I'm sure, for Christmas. Another thing to be thankful for. But what I'm really hoping is that we all can enjoy the peace and prosperity, please, for just give us a few more years. Let's don't start another war. Let's give our kids time to understand what it means to work hard, prosper, be in peace. Well, I know the war dogs are always looking for something, and man, I sure enjoyed all the years of adventure I got to have. You know, Proud to have served in Afghanistan, proud to have served in the first Gulf War, taking care of sailors and Marines and all service members of all branches I ever got to help out while I was a hospital corpsman and as an independent duty corpsman. All the folks I really got to give even more advanced care to. But, you know, love those adventures, combat time, peace time, seeing the world. But I'll never forget what my dad said when I was in boot camp and Iraq was invaded. I'm sorry, not Iraq was invaded. Iraq invaded Kuwait, and it was obvious that we were going to go ourselves and have to invade Iraq to get Iraq out of Kuwait. And my dad, who had been in Vietnam and who really always regretted not going and spending more time protesting after the war. He spent 18 months in Vietnam. He extended his tour by 6 months so he could become a door gunner in the Hueys and 1st Air Cav Air Mobile. But he wrote me a letter in boot camp. Hey, son, looks like soon you're going to get to go overseas, meet strange, new, and interesting people and strange, exotic lands. And you'll be seeing every day meeting new people and going to new places, and then you get to kill them the very next day. You know? Uh, he, he was terrified that I was gonna think that it was all John Wayne and Audie Murphy films, and he wanted me to know right away, when I headed off to that first Gulf War, that it wasn't going to be just fun and games. Well, it rang even more true, I guess you could say, in Afghanistan. But again, I sure had no problem fighting folks that treated women the way that, and women and children, the way that I've been treated growing up, um, under American fundamentalism. So, yeah, do I regret my time in Afghanistan? Heck no. All I regret is that we squandered the chance we had there to take care of the person who had planned the attack, let him escape instead of getting him directly and quickly, and then went on to another country to invade it. You know, I wasn't involved in the next Iraq debacle, but did deploy to Africa and other places after Afghanistan. And yeah, I think it is time for us to lay down the use of the military to solve civilian problems. You know, military industrial complex, they're still making plenty of money. Not gonna have any more problems making money. You know, there's no Congress that's gonna cut them off. And, you know, but it's time for America's youth not to have to enter another war for oil in Venezuela. You know, Fox News today, they were talking about, hey, this would be great. Our American oil companies can come over and take over these oil fields, fix them, use them. You know, just saying straight up what Cheney and Rumsfeld wouldn't say when they took us into Iraq. You know, cooked up some yellow cake uranium bullshit. Well, thankful thank you guys for saying this is really about the oil in Venezuela. But let's not take our eye off the ball. We still need those Epstein files to be released. And I, for one, just want kids in this county that I live in Hardin County, and in Kentucky, and in all the United States, to be able to have some time without war being all that they get to know. Let's give them time, man. Let's give them time to give ourselves give some peace a chance. All right. Let's give it time to let the American folks work for their own prosperity, not for that of the oligarchy. All right. That's just my 2 cents. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful for my neighbors. I'm thankful for my family. God bless y'all. Have a great night. Let's take care of our brothers and sisters as we take care of ourselves. Love our neighbors as we love ourselves. Have a great one. God bless your corazón.